Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Serenity. So it's the movie with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway. Diane Lane's also in it, and Jason Clarke is in it. And it has not been received so well. You know, with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway, you would think maybe a little bit better, but no. 5.1 on IMDb. He's some sort of fishing boat captain. Facing his past and juggling a weird reality. I don't know. It doesn't really tell you much to the description. So you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to start watching it and then check back in and tell you what it's really about and then let you know what I think. So stick around for a better idea of what this movie's about and why people don't like it so much. I don't know. I'll be back.
That's true.
Hey everybody. Want to do a quick check-in here. I always forget what I'm doing. We're watching Serenity. We're at the 39-minute, 9-second mark. I know, a little early check-in. The movie's only an hour and 46 minutes long. But I want to catch you up on a little bit of the plot because I'm starting to understand why maybe people don't like it, I think. So it starts off, Matthew McConaughey is the fishing boat captain. And he's after this huge fish, essentially. He runs a tourist boat where he tries to get other people to catch fish, but really it's about him catching this huge tuna. And he lives in Plymouth, wherever that is. I haven't figured that out yet. It's in some island or something like that. And Plymouth, everybody knows everybody else's business. And it's rather quick. It's unrealistically quick. The rumor mill spreads. Anyway, so that's what he's all about. He has kind of a girlfriend, and Diane Lane is somewhat of his girlfriend, or his side action. She gives him some money every now and again, whatever. That's not important. He has a first mate. Duke is his name, and whatever. And the most important thing is Anne Hathaway, which I assume to believe is his ex-wife. Maybe not, but they had a kid together. She comes to this Plymouth place and is trying to hire him to kill her current husband. Jason Clarke, I think is his name. Jason or John Clarke, whatever. Not important. That's her husband. He's a very rich person, but he's very abusive to her. And she has a son with Matthew McConaughey's character. And so, she's trying to protect her son and herself by asking Matthew McConaughey to take him out in the boat and, be gone with him. So that's the plot, essentially. Now, here's where it kind of gets weird. Right at the 27-minute mark, and I was going to stop it last time, they start to have like what is it, kinesis or whatever, where he is kind of communicating with his son. They show a little glimpse of it at the 27-minute mark, and then right here at the 39-minute mark, Anne Hathaway brings it up to Matthew McConaughey, like he speaks to you to his computer screen. So circle back real quick. She says, how Matthew McConaughey, how's my son? Well, he plays a lot of computers and he's very good at it. And now she alludes to the fact that he can hear his dad through his computer screen. So, something there, a little bit more sci-fi involved than what you think is just a broken marriage fisherman type story. The guy going after the big fish. So they're bringing in this element of connecting from afar. Telekinesis. No, telekinesis is when you get things to move. That's not telekinesis. I apologize for that. So we all make mistakes. But it's how they can speak to each other. I'll think of it. I'll catch it. But anyway, that's where we are so far. So he's starting to be able to communicate with his son somehow, some way. It's not that deep yet. Just got our second clue that that's going to happen. But I wanted to quick check in on that one. Maybe I'll check in again if anything interesting happens. But I could see how this can maybe go the wrong way, which is somewhat of an okay story, but it could go the wrong way. The real quick thing about the rumor mill on Plymouth, I mean, like they find out about, they don't know, I think it's his ex-wife, but he found about this rich woman who comes with her husband, who they say he beat her for like an hour and a half and she didn't scream. Like, it's all like very quick. It's like, how do they know all this stuff? So that's one piece. It's like, I get it, it's a small town and people talk, but a little much right there. But anyway, we'll get back to it. I mean, that's a small flaw so far. I'll get back to it real quick, and if anything else interesting happens, I'll step in again. If not, I'll see you at the credits and give you my overall thoughts. So stick around, alright? Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Serenity, and I don't understand all the hate for it. Once you figure it out, I guess it's a personal preference thing. And it's hard. It's going to be hard to talk about it without ruining it for you, but let me say a couple of things. One, some of my initial observations that I was talking about, namely the fact that everybody in the towns knows everything rather quickly. That's supposed to be there. Like, I was thinking that's silly, like they're messing this up because they're making rumors spread too fast. The telepathy that the father and son start to develop when I spoke last time, and not kinesis, telepathy. I had to Google it. But that has a purpose in all of that, and I thought it was going to be something different than what it turned out to be. So for me, and I'll save my one last comment for the end just in case you don't want any hints about it, but for me, I like the film. I think it's something outside of the box. I think it's progressive, I think it's modern, and I think it involves good actors and actresses. It has an interesting plot line that surprised me. So I thought it was going in one direction, as I had mentioned, and it seemed like that, and then they throw all this other stuff at you, and it's really hard for me to talk about it openly because of that's part of the allure for me. I don't research movies. I don't watch the trailers. I see them when they come out on the TV, and I'll be like, oh, okay, that looks okay. Maybe I'll watch it, but then I don't watch them until they come out at home. And that's when I watch these movies, and I forget all about them. I read that little synopsis, as small synopsis possible, and share it with you. So I go into them as knowing the least amount that I possibly can, so that this happens. And that's what I recommend for you. If you don't know anything about this movie at this point, check it out. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you know about it, you might not enjoy it as much as I did. And maybe even if you don't know about it, maybe you'll be disappointed and you won't appreciate it as much as I do, because I think it's a matter of preference or taste. So that's what I'm gonna leave you with. There was one other thing I forgot to mention throughout the beginning. I really forgot. I was gonna stop it and start it again. Right from the beginning, there's this guy in a suit with glasses and a briefcase, and he's kind of chasing Matthew McConaughey's character around. So I was like, that's kind of strange. What's going on there? And that turns out to be, a bigger part of it. But I meant to mention that that's the other thing that's like, this is weird. What is this guy doing? Kind of thing. But all of it has a purpose, and it's all, you find out all about it. There's no secrets or anything like that. So that's what I got for you. Now, what I'm about to do is I am gonna kind of wrap this up by telling you some other films that might relate to this. So when I do that, I think it's gonna, if somebody did that to me before I watch this film, it would ruin the surprise. I'm not gonna spoil the entire movie for you, but I do think that this will be like, oh, you know what I mean? Whatever. So if you've seen this movie already, continue to watch. If you're thinking about watching it and want to be ultimately surprised, turn me off now. Leave a comment down below, and hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, all that stuff, and I appreciate it. If you just want to hear this one last piece, you don't care either way, stick around, okay? Again, it's not that big of a reveal. I'm not revealing anything. I'm just comparing it to other movies. And I think then, I don't even think, because I saw the movie, it relates better. If I mention these movies, it might not relate to you, so it doesn't matter. I don't know. I'm overthinking it, but I'm warning you. That's it. Now I'm going to tell you in a second. Alright, so this movie, to me, and I was watching it, and I really thought of this myself, is a combination of Jumanji, okay, The Truman Show, The Perfect Storm. It's the only fishing movie I can think of besides Jaws, right? The Perfect Storm, with a slight dash of Inception. That's what this movie is for me. And to get Anne Hathaway, Matthew McConaughey, and Diane Lane all in this movie, to pull something like this off, that is a combination of all those movies, which it doesn't openly come out and say this is what we're going to do. This is where it leads you. And by the end of it, it's got all those movies, all those cool movies. I liked all those movies wrapped into this thing with good acting in it. So there you have it. That's what I got for you. As you can tell, I'm pleasantly surprised. I haven't read why there's so many negative reviews. I was going to look at that, but I don't want it to be jaded. I wanted to give you my fresh, honest, unbiased opinion after watching this the first time. And there you have it. Me, 7. I'm thinking about an 8. You believe it or not. But, you know, somewhere in that range. I think it's definitely worth watching with everything that I've said, and I don't want to belabor the point any longer. Check it out. Love to hear from you. Hit me with comments about the movie. Did you watch it? What did you think? Do we agree? Do we disagree? Did I entice you to watch it? Or did I deter you to watch it? Or whatever. Hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel. And thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.